Alright, and Airfield. Okay, so depending on spawn, we'll have to talk about the one we're starting at first. The very first thing I want to talk to you guys about, we're going to head straight towards it. You can see me looking at it right now. I have lots to say about this position specifically. Alright, so if you're an arty, this spot really isn't that bad of a place to go, honestly. You have shots on the guys that come around this corner. You'll obviously have shots in the back ridge back here. You'll have shots in the middle. You'll have shots on basically anything camping out here or in this area, honestly. So that isn't too bad if you're an arty, though I hate and loathe seeing TDs come out this way. You aren't very effective. And the only thing you're waiting for when you do this, I mean, I used to take my 183 here all the time, so I can't say too much about this, but I used to take my 183 out here all the time. And what I would do is you wait, guys, to poke this corner, because there really isn't actually a lot of places you can go in a TD on this map and be effective. An E3 can maybe bully its way through here. An E4 can do the same on both sides. A 183, because you're a one-shot machine, you're really only hoping, you know, that people show up and do certain stuff in certain areas. So, you don't really want to run into too many different things if you do this here. So, you've got a few places, but you can be seen, and that's the problem. So, what you're actually banking on is is you want to make sure that no one pushes up past this point. And you get these guys to push this corner, and you're just getting one shots. Arty's effective here as well if you can do that, because I think you also can hit this corner, or that corner right there, and that actually is very effective as well. People are trying to peek it on your heavy tank. So, with that being said, I mean it works. It doesn't work very effectively, but this spot isn't very good. It's very one directional. And we go up here, stop, like this. Looking from here, I mean, this is another spot that I see a lot of TDs go to. You're wide open to arty shots here. I don't care how hard you hug this rock here. It doesn't matter. In tier 10, you're not going to be able to do this very effectively. You're going to post up, and you get shots here on these guys like this. You can shoot basically anything over here. It's out of your range, obviously. You can shoot anything coming up this way. You can shoot these guys over here. You can deal with the lighting that pops up over here. But you're constantly going to get lit repeatedly. It doesn't really matter. So you're expecting what you're trading off for a good vantage position on certain people and certain shots is you won't be able to defend yourself effectively, especially if there's arty. So you don't want to go here if there's arty. And this is also an extremely limited position when you're playing on this map. Okay, looking here, stopping here. This is the one thing that I see a lot of heavy tanks do. You don't do this. Okay, you don't stop here like this and go, "I'll wait for you to pop up," because you're going to get arty'd. It's going to happen. You're going to get blapped really hard, and you're going to regret it. You're going to get upset. You're going to blame arty and be really pissed off. Okay, you don't stop here. If you're going to play your heavy tank here, you're either going like this and locking into this, and waiting for shots on this area right here, poking on these guys like this, or you're stopping, turning around, and once a play has been made to give you an opportunity to do this, you're sitting right here. Now, what you don't do is this. You don't want to be here, okay? All of those CDs in this area will light you up once you cross this. This is crossing the Rubicon. Okay? You don't do that. Same thing when you do this. So you cross this point here and you make this turn. Now you can only do this once you're sure this position is there's nothing here. There's nothing over there. There's no annoying light tank / medium tank in this area, or this area. You have to make sure that nothing is here. Nothing is here. Then you can take this position here, get safe, stop, and peel these guys back. So now you're poking from safety here like this, and anyone who's left here should be watching your ass here. You know what I mean? This is how this works. Doing this in a platoon works wonders. Pushing these guys back right here like this, fighting these guys like this, and you start pushing these guys back. These guys have nowhere to hide from you. If you push them away from this area like this and push them back on that side, they're not already safe. You know what I mean? So that's the importance of being on this side and doing this push. But it doesn't always work the way you want it to. So it's much safer to go safe. It's much safer to go south than it is to go north, you know, from your position. Looking at, in reverse. It's much safer to go north than it is to go south on that position. Driving into here, getting safe like this, same thing. Making sure this rock is covered, that TD bush over there is covered, and you're good to go. Keep pushing these guys back, keep pushing these guys back. And once you've taken this middle area from here, the heavy tanks have obviously backed off in this little area back here. Once they've backed off, you're now safe in the TD ridge, and you're pushing these guys like this. Now, what do you do once you're sure you've won this area? You don't want to push up this way over here, obviously, because you'll push past the TD ridge again. Start working your way this way, and working this way. You're gonna post up right here. Make sure there's no TDs camped here in this area, in these bushes over here. So if you see already, kill it, move up, get to the hangars, keep on going. This is usually what I'm thinking as I'm doing this. Stay away from this area. This is dead man's land. Don't be here. Don't be here. This is bad. All this is really bad because every time when you stop, oh look, you found you found a tank here. You're still gonna get lit up by these TDs back here, even if you're lighting. It doesn't matter. So don't be here. Don't be here. Okay. Going over this way. You get up on the ridge up here. I mean, once you've won that, there's no reason to stay there. You push down, get off, go into their cap. Do whatever you're gonna do this way. Handle your business. Cap, kill the Yardie, whatever you're going to do. And now we're going to talk about the other side. And middle. Okay, so you spawned on the east side. You went to middle. You never go middle through this. I would avoid that because medium tanks will find you. They'll spot you, and you'll get lit up when trying to rush this area here. The worst place you can be as a medium tank / light tank is usually in this area here. This is ridge lining. You will never see these medium tanks over here ever until they shoot, and you'll be punished for it. Punished repeatedly. Punished so hard it's going to hurt your soul. Okay? Don't post up over here. Going this way over here. This is much safer because while they're further away, you have a little more distance to actually be able to see them or not. I mean, because you have that little bush there, they may or may not see you. The only thing you're working on right now is working on these guys you see directly in front of you. And if you see the TDs in the back, you have shots here, you have shots as they cross like this, you have shots as they cross. This is for the immediate circle push when you're the immediate middle push when you're trying to actually get here and stop something from happening. Just get free shots out. I feel one of the safest positions to fight from is on this side. So now you won't have shots at all from those guys over there. You're protected from that, but what you're working on all these guys over in this area. You don't want to cross that spot here. You don't want to cross like this. You don't want to be fighting over here. You don't want to be anywhere on this side in response to the south. Ignore all this stuff. Don't go don't go this way. Don't push. Don't do anything crazy. Just hang out. Watch this ridge. Okay? Hanging out right here. That's all you're really doing. Now, as I said with most other beach places, going beach only works, hear me, only works if you have a dominant force that keeps people's heads down from up here. Okay? This is how this works up here. You can do this like this, you can be cool, all that stuff works, that's all awesome. You're not going to be able to push it effectively otherwise if you don't have a force keeping these medium tanks off this hill right here or off that area, So yeah, so you're pushing beach, you're winning. You're winning. Now, here you go. You get to this side like this, and you're like, oh, cool, man, I'll just push right into their base. Well, you can't do that because of this area here, this area over here, this area up like this. You can't just push. You can't just push. So you're not gonna be able to push this way. You can't get up there, right? So now what do? Like, you're kind of locked down. If you take the middle and you actually work it down, you're great. But if they don't win this area here, you cannot push this side at all. So you're working, you go, all right, you know, so I'll just try and get through here. So you're gonna cut across, possibly get shot by anything up here that you didn't deal with yet. You're over here, you're good. You're like, okay, awesome. So now you're stuck in this area. Most tanks cannot get up on this side. They just can't do it. Okay, light tanks can. So if you can get through there, okay, you have free roam straight to their arty. Now, whether or not you get TDs is completely up to RNG, but you've gotten through here, and usually they can't really see you unless you've been lit, so they won't really spot you on their own. Best case scenario, you rush up this way, you find the arty, you kill it, right? Shooting, coming back around this way, looking through here, and once you get here, now you can stop, turn back around, and deal with these guys on the hill, because you have free roam all over these guys. They should be expecting you, and this is not something you do alone. Not something you do alone, okay? You come hang out, and you come shoot stuff, okay? So, you don't want to be in a bad situation where you can actually get lit up here, but you have to make sure you get arty first. And you want to make sure you're checking everything out here, because once you get to this spot, this is the danger zone. You don't want to be in this spot here. This is the danger zone because people are going to be responding to your threat of you almost capping the base. Same thing with you being in this area, being over here. This is all really bad spots to be. You don't want to be anywhere in that area. You kind of want to hang out where you're normally at, looking there, looking there, looking there. This is what the circle is for. These spots here, this spot here, this spot here. So I don't really have to actually, just look at this stuff and actually scroll around for you. You're welcome, Ninja Girl. But this is what all this stuff is for here. So you can post up, take shots, defeat these guys, keep an eye on the hill area in this spot, and back around, get around, do whatever you want to do on this side, and you're good to go. So that's this slide over here like that. Like you're not doing anything crazy. You're just basically trying to get to their base as fast as possible. Okay. The one spot I did leave out though is medium tanks and rushing to this area, and I'll briefly touch on that before I go to the other side for you. One sec, guys. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so here we go. Back to mid. You're going to run up through here, fly up this area. You will almost always see a tank here, so be prepared as you're crossing. Just take a random shot across. You might get a shot into someone. It's free damage. Why not? You're going to get lit, so you're immediately going to stop. Okay? When you do that crossing, you're probably going to get lit. So wait your 10 seconds. I didn't wait one time, got blasted, got one shot by 292. That's unfortunate. And there you go. Shots right in the mid. You have shots here as the guys try and cross through here. You have shots through here. You have some shots over this way, if you can actually peek out far enough. You get shots this way. You have shots all through the mid, all in this area if they push through south side on you. This is why pushing to the beach area is a bad idea. Same works on both sides. For either side here, you don't push to the beach. You're basically just going through a crapshoot. Don't do this. It's really bad. So, this works very well for people on this side if you are going to camp and take shots this way. It's a way to slow play very effectively and work them down enough so they can't just push to whatever the hell they want to do. Okay, so it doesn't surprise me, Rave. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, so we're gonna start from the other side. We're gonna talk about positions on that side. I'm sorry. Careful with the periods, Ninja Girl. Alright, so, doing a quick loop around. We've spawned. Alright, we're gonna head left this time. Hit the normal spots first. And up we go. This is the first main spot. Alright, so that was a crossing, got lit. So you wouldn't want to push here right away, but because, you know, for the sake of time, we're going to do that. You don't want to push here immediately. You sit here, look around, survey. You have shots all in the middle area here. All these guys, all these guys, all these guys. Back here like this, all through this area. You usually can spot just about everything. And then when they push from the south, this is what I'm talking about. This is why this is a bad place to go. Just free shots all the way up until you get to where you want to go to. It's bad. It's really bad. Don't do that. So this spot's very good, but these bushes are very finicky, and I don't think they actually count for actual bushes sometimes, so be careful with those. So, okay, here we go. So you spot to the middle like this, you're running straight through. As a heavy tank, this is the spot you do not go. You do not go here. You do not sit here. Artie will smash you. You'll be smashed repeatedly. You cannot sit just like this. You have to pick a spot. This is sometimes safe if you absolutely dig your nose in right here. This is safe. This is safe. Being on this corner, however, is not. If you know there's Artie in the game, you don't know where he's at. You don't want to be the first guy to take a T92 shell to the face. Sitting here isn't safe either because, you know, obviously, you know, all this stuff like this. These guys over here, you don't want to be here. You don't want to be here at all. So this is a really bad spot to be. They can push through this side, get shots on you, all that crazy stuff. Don't want to be here in this area. Same with sitting here like this. This either. This is really bad because Artie sits right here. Splat. You know, same thing. Don't want to be here. Artie has shots on you from any angle they want to. Anywhere in this spot right here. You're only safe from Artie that's down here. Okay? So, that's a bad place to be. In the case that you do want to push, this is how you're going to have to do it. Oh, look. Remember that spot I was telling you about before? In the event someone does go here, you can't push this way. So you're kind of stuck here. So I always, in an IS-70 E5, I kind of like, I do this. I hang out. I always do this because most people, you know, aren't really good enough to realize they shouldn't take a bad shot at you. They want you to fully commit, so you can't just go, oh, bounce and just back off, right? You want to fully commit and get those side shots on the guy when he's turned around like this. So that's what you want to do if you're in that corner. But you're sitting right here, chilling out a little bit. Again, making sure no one's on these rocks over here, and you're moving up, and you're fighting this way. Again, you probably aren't already safe once you cross this spot. Killing these guys here, pushing these guys out of that location, and you're good to go. You have to be really careful from the other side though, because this south side thing doesn't work too often. You have to be really careful with that. You need numbers when you do that stuff. So that's middle. That's this area. We won't talk about south. We went over that. But another spot that I want to talk to you guys about are these TD locations. Now, I always see Roombas over here. Every once in a while, you'll see a Waffle go here because he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. You don't want to bring a tank that can't take hits over here. So a Waffle is all right. Okay, Waffle here behind these rocks, using these bushes for things to get lit is amazing. You don't want to sit right here though. Sit at this rock, like this, and you're shooting over right behind these bushes like this, and you just back up when you're done into this rock. Okay, that's what you should be doing. If you need to knock over this tree to get some more cover, do that. Do some more spotting cover. That's completely okay. Now you will see a lot of people do this stuff. You will always watch a light tank rush and do this. Let me tell you why this is good and bad. Okay. So bam, you're here. What do? Well, you probably lost your half your life bar if you did it too late. For one. take him out back. Look here like this, looking around, sitting here like this, looking around. You have free roam on all these things like this if they poke. However, these guys have shots on you. These guys have shots on you. These guys have shots on you, and if they start pushing around, that's the only time you become useful. But when you start doing stuff like that, I always watch people do this. Oh, I'm just gonna... No, you're getting shot from here, getting shot from here, getting shot from here. The only reason why you're here is to stop these guys from right here from actually shooting at stuff. So you're gonna post around this way, like this, and shoot from right here. Isn't this much safer? Because you've negated all these people over here. But the main thing is, though, say for example that doesn't work. Say for example you went here and there's no one here. Say for example no one does anything relevant and you're just screwed, right? What happens then? Well, what's going to happen specifically is you're going to sit here and now you're stuck. You're absolutely stuck. So you try and push up, but I mean, where are you going to go? You're still going to die. You get to this rock, people are just going to stare at you nonstop. You know, they know you're here. I mean, the only thing you've done is make them go, all right, we can't just push silly willy-nilly. And sometimes that's enough. Sometimes it's just enough. You know, it really depends on how you want to do it. So, it works, but I never like putting my tank in the position where I can't get out of it. That's huge. You can't just do that, okay? You can't just drive yourself into a position where you get screwed over and can't do anything. You never, ever, 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 ever want to do that. Okay? That's just, you can't do that. And I think that just about wraps it up for Airfield. I've touched almost all the locations here except for TD Ridge. If you're sitting here as a TD, your only real role is shooting the light tanks here and killing stuff that try and push through here. That's it. That's your only role. Though it's kind of limited. It does work, and they will keep pushing you sometimes. So that it actually can be very, 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 very effective. So keep that in mind when you do stuff like this. You know, there's lots of positions here on this map that you can do, but this one actually is a very difficult one to win. It's going to be one most likely though right here, and the worse your heavy tanks play in this area, the more likely you are to lose. Same with the mid area. If you don't put anyone in the mid, it just works bad for you. So if you're spawning from this side and you're working the south side ridge, or south side / west side ridge, what you're doing, or southwestern ridge, I guess that works. Posting up here like this is also a really bad spot because you're ridge lighting yourself. You're cresting into a bunch of tanks here. He can shoot you from there. They can shoot you from over here. They can get you from over here. They can get you over there. All of this stuff is really bad. The further over you are, the better, the safer you are, but the less chances you have to do any damage. So keep that in mind as well. Driving down this way, rolling back up. Looking to your left, and you're good to go. Unless over here like this, you might spot an arty over here. Maybe you kill some guy over here like that. Deal with the stuff around, move around. It works pretty well. It works pretty effective. Airfield really isn't that difficult of a map once you understand where you can be shot from at all times. You know. So yeah, there you go. That's basically it.